especially in big games. So we'll have to wait and see what they look to do up against ABC. Winter, a captain who plays and drafts pretty conventionally, but he does so in a very efficient style of play. But guys, just a quick reminder, this is the Armaggeddon Dota 2 Asia Grand Slam. And for those of you on the live stream, thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks everyone who's come down to watch the event live here in Singapore, as we are going to get ourselves into our second winner bracket semi-final here. We've got ABC over on the Dire side. They've got the first pick up against First Departure, the Singaporean squad on the Radiant side with the second pick here. And we'll see who's going to join the Thai team Awake in that winner bracket finals. Winning this match guarantees a top 3 finish. Top 3 finish, well, it sees you some prize money. $20,000 in sponsorship gear, prize money, as well as a sponsorship contract up for grabs to the top 3 teams. So a lot at stake here, and winning this match guarantees you at least some of that. So definitely a big match for both these two teams, although they'd both like to go further than just top 3. Well, obviously they want to be top 3 regardless. They want to get that top first place prize, and that's really what that's got to be the ultimate goal for these two teams. They're both the two favorites going in. They know this here is an important match. It's not really going to be the deciding match. At the end of the day, one of the two teams can claw their way back through that loser bracket if they can take down teams like Hirosh. Maybe we see a Wake drop down later onto the loser bracket, but for the time being, it is a winner bracket semi-final, and we found ourselves with, well, a very, very tasty one at that. Anti-Mage and Shadow Demon get picked up, so there's your trademark Miracle Hero. He gets himself his Anti-Mage after ABC first picked the Mag, so they have got an RP to help deal with the Mag. Question is, what do they get now? And I'm looking at a Rubik Luna. The standard winner draft where look, you grab one of your 2 supports, and with Shadow Demon taken, he goes for the Rubik. Sorry, no, yeah, he goes for the Rubik. Question is, do you get the Luna now, or do you go for a different carry? Maybe we see the Faceless Void of Hontrash player. I think that's what Winter's debating. Do you go for the Luna, do you go for the Faceless Void? Which of those 2 carries do you want? He gets himself the Rubik now. Who's going to be that third pick now? Or do we even look at another solo hero? Look at picking up TFG or Wang Wang's here. We've seen them play quite a bit of Queen of Pain, but with the Mag most likely going towards the mid lane, he's not really that strong of an off lane here. We'll have to wait and see what's going to be the third pick here for ABC. Rubik and Mag already there, and one more pick coming their way, and then First Departure with the support as well as their anti-mage they carry. Ooh, Life Stealer, that's a hero, of course. Still in the pool, and it's something that they can go offensive with if they really want to try to shut down anti-mage's farm. Send Rubik, Life Stealer with another aggressive support, something like a Lina, a Leshrac, even that jungling Chenna Enchantress of Ling. And they can really look to put a lot of pressure on anti-mage. So First Departure, maybe they even look to get their other support here. Get your whatever you want to combo. Take the Lina before your opponents do, and then ban out the other strong aggressive supports. Make sure that you've got the better try lane. Definitely a possibility here. Alternatively, they need to start picking up some of their solos. Something like a Queen of Pain for the mid lane. Have to see what they want to be running there. I think it was First Departure. No, it wasn't First Departure and the solo mid-west. That was someone else. That was not the Pacific team. I think it was Gangster. Gangster and the solo mid-west in their last match. Unfortunately, it didn't work out too well for them. It was Heinrich running that in the mid lane after he played a fantastic Night Stalker bet. That was when we saw the Filipino team, Gangster, getting knocked out by their fellow countryman Pacific. Pacific Esports still in this loser bracket. That's where we'll be going after this match. Down to the loser bracket matches, we've got Pacific Esports up against Reborn, the Indonesian team, and then the winner of that match will take on, I believe, will take on the loser of one of these 2 matches. I'm trying to figure out how just that loser bracket looks right now. Mentally in my head, I'm drawing blank. Actually, no, those 2 teams aren't versing each other. Each of those 2 teams is versing one of the losers of these 2 matches. So Pacific is versing the loser of one of the winner bracket semi-finals, and Reborn is versing the loser of the other. They're not actually versing each other. It makes a lot more sense when I picture the bracket in my head. Shen gets picked up as the third pick, so they do grab their support here. Shadow Demon Chen is a nice sort of aggressive duo if you can get the disruption to set up for a Chen with a Centaur Stomp, an Ursa Clap, whatever it may be. And then you can also get the additional damage coming through from those Shadow Demon disruption illusions. But it's still possible for ABC to go offensive tri-line, especially with heroes like Lina and Leshrac in the pool. They can even get an Enchantress as a counter jungler if they really want. So I think First Departure look to ban out those support heroes. Even with ABC not really having a side lane solo, they've got to be worried more about the aggressive supports than they are about, well, basically that second solo. That's what ABC are missing. Something ABC can look to is run a safe lane solo. They can still grab a Luna. If they really want to go offensive trial with a life steal, they can get a secondary carry with a Luna pick here. Send it as a solo in a 1v1 matchup in the safe lane, depending on who First Departure sent to their off lane. As far as offlaners go, still quite a bit left in the pool. Got your Nature's Prophet, have your Windrunner. Enchantress right off the bat gets banned out. They know about Ling's Enchantress. They're not going to take any chances against it. Probably even look at seeing something like a Lina get banned out next as well. Ling played an incredibly farmed Lina in ABC's first match up against Gameware. He had like 4 or 5 items at 30 minutes in the game. It was absolutely sensational. ABC, on the other hand, they're banning out solo mids, as well as maybe some side lane solos, with First Departure having picked up basically their tri lane, and what they need is an offlaner, a side lane solo, as well as a solo mid. So Enigma gets banned out, Queen of Pain gets banned out, and we'll probably see one more ban. Enigma ban is partly because of the Lifestealer pick. Black Hole is something, you need something which can go through the Lifestealer rage. Make him a lot easier to deal with in those team fights. Also, heroes are going to group up after the Mag RP. When the Lifestealer comes in with follow-up damage, there's going to be at least 2 or 3 ABC heroes there who you can potentially catch in a big BKB Black Hole. So it's a dangerous hero to be going up against. And whoa, a Storm Spirit ban. That came out of nowhere. I mean, obviously there's some synergy there between a Storm Spirit and a Lifestealer, but not something I imagine ABC were going to be running. But apparently First Departure were a bit worried about it. Definitely could have fit in there if they want it. They can run Storm Threat as a safe lane solo, or run Mag as a safe lane with the other in the mid lane, and then run that offensive tri lane. And Puck going to be the last ban. Weaver as well gets taken out of the pool. That ban makes a bit more sense. ABC run a lot of Weaver in that offlane solo. That's one of their sort of go-to side lane solos, and we'll see what they get with this 4th pick here. Probably looking at that other support, that basically trying to finish off that support tandem. Get the Lina or the Leshrac, and run that tri lane with the Lifestealer. Alternatively, well, we look for something a bit different, maybe even something like a VS. ABC have run VS a couple of times, so maybe we see another one here.
10 seconds remaining.
They've still got plenty of time, and they're just going to go for the safer option. They go for the Lina. You have a really strong tri lane now with Lifestealer, Lina, and Rubik, and they don't have to go offensive tri lane. I keep talking like they will. There's definitely some good reason not to. Well, not so much as reason not to, but there's good justification just running Lifestealer on the safe lane. You get more guaranteed farm. Rubik and Lina can basically spend more time ganking the mid lane. Depending on what solo mid First Departure get, we could see them just go safe lane solo, because it means Rubik and Lina can look to smoke gank the map, can look to gank mid, can look to just basically cause, or basically look for kills on the offlaner. Whoever First Departure gets their offlane, if it's a hero who can't really stay in the lane against a Rubik Lina, maybe they look to shut it down, and ABC, all they have to do is get a strong offlane hero of their own. Heroes like Lone Druid, Nature's Prophet, both still in the pool, as is Windrunner. But at this point, ABC are a team also known for just abandoning that offlane, sending a hero just essentially to jungle rather than even attempt to send someone into that offlane. TA gets picked up by First Departure, so they get themselves a strong solo mid, but a lot of single target damage dealing heroes now, with the TA as well as the Anti-Mage being picked up. So we have ourselves a TA solo mid. You've got your tri lane with the Anti-Mage, Chen Shadow Demon. They just need that side lane solo. And they needed some additional lockdown and disables. Looking at heroes maybe like a Windrunner.
10 seconds remaining.
Not really many other places to go, especially with Enigma and Puck banned out. That's kind of 2 potential side lane solos. We do have some good team fight control. Both being banned out here though. As we get ourselves into our final pick now for ABC. What do they want to look for here? They need another solo. Most likely hero for TFG. Mag generally gets played by Wang Wang in the mid lane. They could always run in the side lane, but Wang Wang is their Mag player. We'll see Ling playing the Lina, Winter on his Rubik, Lifestealer in the hands of Hon Trash player. Unless they pick up another carry. If they want to go Luna safe play with an offensive tri lane, then we look at TFG either playing Lifestealer or Luna. He's got to take one of those 2 carries, but I think most likely this is going to be a Hon Trash player Lifestealer, and there's a Lone Druid last pick, so either offlane Lone Druid or we're looking at a safe lane solo and send the offensive tri lane. They've got 2 options for ABC, and they go for this dual core, these 2 carries. Both carries need quite a bit of farm, but I'm okay with this because you've got the Mag in the mid lane who doesn't need much farm. All he needs is his Arcane Blink, and he can get that fairly easily early on if he doesn't get put under too much pressure. Get the Arcane boots up around the 6, 7, 8 minute mark. Blink Dagger can come around the 15-minute mark if you manage to sort of help your team win a fight or 2 with an RP. Just having sort of, even without a Blink Dagger, you can still go around the map roaming with that skewer damage, the Shockwave as well, just being such a good spammable nuke. Last pick now for First Departure. Where are they going to go? Are they going to, well, if they're expecting an offensive tri lane, they're just going to have to basically make sure they can use their pull, make sure they can get Chen involved, helping out the Anti-Mage, help protect them. Alternatively, they just send their tri lane top, say, you're going to go offensive tri lane, we're going to go offensive tri lane. Not to be aggressive, but just to make sure that Anti-Mage has somewhere he can farm. If they're expecting Lone Druid in the safe lane, they could send Anti-Mage up there with the Shadow Demon. Even the Chen, Lone Druid in the safe lane is very prone to getting ganked out until he hits level 6 and has that ultimate form where he gets the extra HP and armor. He's very, very squishy. Level 5, he gets some protection from the Entangle, but doesn't look like we're headed that direction. They pick themselves up a Windrunner, so there's your offlaner, or at least your side lane soul. They could still send Anti-Mage into the hard lane, but just seems very, very unlikely. And ooh, it's actually going to be L, Hon Trash player, playing the Lone Druid. As that puts TFG, nothing more, onto that Lifestealer. And the players will be looking to pick their heroes. We won't confirm any of these lanes, at least not out loud. Players in earshot distance, as many of you already know. And that means, well, I've got to be somewhat careful about what I do say. I'll let you guys know as much analysis as possible through what I can show and say, but anything happening as far as smokes and whatnot can't actually be revealed. But what we can do is introduce who is playing what hero. The Singaporean side over on the Radiant, it is going to be First Departure. We've got Pelosin playing the Templar Assassin, Windrunner being played by Hannah, Miracle, the captain playing the Chen. Are they switching around? There's 2 Miracles. What is going on here? We've got 2 Miracles. There's also Miracle playing the Anti-Mage. We've got Lubby playing the Shadow Demon, and who is this going to be? I believe one of them is using a stand-in account, a filler account, one of the Armageddon accounts, because they weren't quite here on time, so the game got loaded, and that's why we see these hotkeys being changed. Over on the Dire side, we've got the Malaysian team, ABC. They've flown in from Malaysia, and they're on a bit of a hot streak lately. We've got Wang Wang, or WW, playing the Magnus. We've got Nature's... What am I talking about? It's not Nature's Problem. What am I talking about? Rubik being played by Winter. Lifestealer being played by Nothing More, or TFG. Hon Trash player. Dave playing the Lone Druid. And then finally, it's Ling playing the Lina. As we'll see how they look to lane this. They've got the strong trial lane, the strong solo, and the Lone Druid. And the 2 options are basically go offensive trial lane or go safe lane trial lane. The pros of doing the safe lane trial lane is basically means Lifestealer with more guaranteed farm. Lina and Rubik can help gank mid. You can gank the TA. You can use pools. You can get more levels and farm. If you go offensive trial lane, your 2 supports can get denied a lot of XP, a lot of farm. So it's a lot riskier. We saw it last game with the offensive trial lane. Although, I say that, but Awake won that game. But definitely early on, they got very under level that bottom lane. They were level 2 when Luna was level like 5 or something. It was not an ideal start for them in that bottom offensive trial lane, but the good news was they had 2 other lanes winning. And that's something which ABC can look to do. Lone Druid can win that 1v1 matchup against a Windrunner. And in the mid lane, you've got the Mag, who's not going to win against a TA, but can break even. So if your Lone Druid wins his lane, he can get pretty much free farm. Then that offensive trial lane can work out, even if Lifesteal's not getting all the farm in the world, because they can't really gank Lone Druid. The trial lane is forced to stay bottom. They have to keep Chen and Shadow Demon there protecting Anti-Mage. If they ever leave, well, Anti-Mage, he's getting no farm, and he potentially goes down. And that's where we see, well, I imagine ABC maybe just going to look towards a safe lane trial lane, because then Lone Druid off lane. And Lone Druid, you're always going to get some XP, some farm if you use that if you creep skip with your bear, pull the crit web to your tower. But being Hon Trash player, this is their sort of main carry player. He generally goes to the safe lane. Haven't seen Hon Trash play in that off lane ever, so maybe it's just going to be the Lifestealer going off lane. I have to wait and see. We'll know in just a minute or so once they go out to their lanes. It looks like we need a bit longer here, sorting out some last minute hotkey and configuration issues. As while we do this break, I'll just quickly, a big thanks and shout out to all our sponsors here at the Armaggeddon Dota 2 Asia Grand Slam. Of course, Armaggeddon, the guys putting this on, but as well a big thanks to eClub, AMD, StarHub, Aces, RGN, the Rapture Gaming Network, Zook, Sonic here, and Power Logic, who have helped make this event here possible. We've gathered together, 12 of the best upcoming teams in Southeast Asia, brought them all into Singapore, and we're having a fantastic live event here. Those of you in Singapore, come on down to the Marina Bay Sands Convention Center. Come say hi to me, come take a photo, come say hi to the teams. You get to see some of these guys in action live. It's always a lot more fun watching teams play live, and it's going to be a heated day of action here. We've got, well, winner bracket semi-finals. I think we're going to end the day with the winner bracket finals. We're going to have the 2 loser bracket matches. Then we have our winner bracket final, and I think tomorrow we have our loser bracket final, and then we have our grand finals, a best of 3. So we'll get all the way through to the loser bracket finals today. By the end of the day, there's only going to be 3 teams left in the draw. So we're going to go from 6 to 3 today. As of yet, we haven't seen any of those loser bracket matches, but we will be seeing some soon. That'll come after these. We'll have Hirosh playing once again up. I'm not sure which team Hirosh will be versing. They're either versing Pacific or they're versing Reborn, depending on how the bracket looks for them. And one of these two teams, whoever loses here, is going to drop down and verse the other of those, the other team that Hirosh isn't versing. And it looks like finally the Radiant team is ready to go, ready to rumble. Miracle the Anti-Mage, he says let's go. This has got to be Miracle. I can't imagine Miracle ever playing Chen, so someone else is on the Chen tagged up as Miracle, but we'll see how these lanes shape out. See what the two teams look to do early on here. Something you can do with this Windrunner is look to use this mid pull. If you're too worried about going off lane, thinking that you may be up against a tri lane, you can cut down these trees using a power shot and then pull the mid creep wave. It also helps out your mid wave a lot. But right now, if they're expecting an offensive tri lane, well, Windrunner has no reason not to go top. So, a couple different options here coming out from first departure. We'll have to look to see how they look to lane this. Both teams, well, early game before the pre-creep spawn. Try and scout your opponent's lanes, try and get some wards planted, and just get whatever intel you can get. Get vision of the runes. Try and block your opponent's creep pulls, whatever it may be. And we'll see how lane's shaping out in just a second here. As mentioned, Wang Wang, the mag, generally goes towards that mid lane for ABC. It's where they generally choose to play him.
The battle begins.
And we'll have to see how Anti-Mage can do, how he can farm. Be very shocked to see him going into that off lane. He's going to be in the safe lane most likely, and if he's up against an offensive tri lane, he's going to have a really rough time farming. As both teams, the creep wave now out. We'll see our solo mids in just a second. It is going to be, well, the expected 1v1 matchup. We've got your TA of Pelosin up against Wang Wang's mag. So a pretty even matchup. They can look to just trade farm. We've seen actually a couple times already this tournament. TA gets a slight CS lead if you play it well, but it's not really an easy, decisive lane to win. Bottom lane, oh, Miracle already getting initiated. I mean, they're not going to bring him down, but they're just harassed. Stun, telekinesis. He's already basically loses half his HP. Forced to pop a Tango. Luckily he's been pulled regen so he could have that poor man shield. That blocked a lot of damage. Every attack that came in there, he blocked a good chunk of damage of. And if he didn't have that, he would have been down to about a third of his HP. The poor man shield so essential. Ling, man, just spot on with these stuns. Absolutely insane stuns coming out from him. And Miracle, I mean, where's his supports? That's really the big question here. Looking to use pools, looking to be in their jungle. Where do they go right now? Because Anti-Mage is not farming at all at this bottom lane. Wang Wang at the mid lane going for a fast bottle. He has gone for a Tangos in a couple branches. Windrunner is at top. That's Hannah in that 1v1 matchup up against this lone druid. Oh, they spot him out. It looks like the smoke wore off at a bad time. There was some ping coming. It was actually Winter pinging. Winter says, hey, these guys are over here. They were actually in vision. So the supports of the Radiant team have swung top. They're looking to put on some pressure on Hon Trash Play at the top lane. Can they look to make a play on this? They've got a Dark Troll Warlord or Summoner. But this is not going to work out for them. Even gets a skeleton kill. 10 extra gold for him, no problem. And rotation's coming. This is Anti-Mage not getting much farm at bottom lane. And oh man, he's already used Tangos and Sal. All three Tangos are gone. The Salva's been used up as well. He picks himself up a Magic Stick, but really would have wished to have that Magic Stick sometime again because he keeps getting caught up at his Lena stuns. Miracle, whoop, doesn't get hit by that one. But so far, I mean, for first departure, this is not the start they were hoping for. And they must have been expecting this trial on that bottom. There's really no other way it could have been lanes. Well, there was. Lone Druid could have gone off lane, but this is really the most effective way to play. Shut down this Anti-Mage farm. And they've still got, I mean, Dave at the top lane is still doing okay. He's already got himself 11 creep kills. He was up there at the top. They're going to go for an early tier 1 tower push now with Windrunner with a fast mastering. Gives them the plus armor aura. They're using this creep skipping here, so they'll get this creep wave on the tower, but the tower's being brought down very slowly. They don't have anything like a Leshrac Edict to help bring down towers fast. And oh, they're going to lose a Chen creep almost. 50 HP does get denied by Lubby. And the tier 1 tower, well, it takes some damage here, but they don't really bring it down. They don't really achieve a whole lot there. And I feel like this is just wasted efforts from the supports. especially now that they've brought Winter to top. Winter's at top. They should be looking to protect the Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage needs protecting. And he's dead. This is your first blood, it looks like. No blink for 3 seconds. Level 1 blink. He goes down. First blood goes to TFG on his life stealer. And well, the first blood being spilt. Things looking very good for ABC with these lanes. 3 lanes going well, basically. Bottom lane, they've killed Anti-Mage. They've got first blood and their life stealers farming well. Top lane, whoop. Hon Trash player loses his bear, but that's okay. He's got 15 CS, and up against his trial lane, I mean, that's fantastic. Mid lane, you've got the Mag, who's getting out farmed by a TA by a bit more than you'd like. Maybe you're going to see a bit more Shockwave spam coming out, just help him farm, especially now he's got level 5. He's got that bottle up. Trying to find some runes here. Unfortunately, it does not go his way, but right now, Wang Wang is just looking to get those arcane boots as fast as possible. As our top lane, the push is now on. They want to get this tier 1 tower here. Hannah and Miracle getting to work on that, but there's a rotation. Shadow Demon looking for that opening, looking to get that disruption off. Not going to find it. On Trash player does back off at the right time. Dire team using their glyph here. It looks like we will see this tier 1 tower going down. As Windrunner brings that down. Early gold going the way of this Radiant team from the tier 1 tower, but they gave up first blood. And Anti-Mage, absolutely no farm. Ooh, Ling. He's playing pokey around with the Anti-Mage. Looking for him at the bottom lane here, but Anti-Mage is going to use his creep pull. Ling's still hiding his head around the corner. As over at top, it's Shadow Demon and Chen still looking to hunt, still looking to keep this Lone Druid pushed and pressured out of the lane. They've got 1 tower, but what else can they really do here? It's very difficult to push a tier 2. If they look to do so, Ling will rotate. And he's already doing that with the Mag. Oh, a smoke can coming out here. I say that because the PA system's gone off while they're doing an announcement, so the players don't actually hear me. But smoke coming in from Wang Wang and Ling. They're looking top, and this is going to be a potentially very bad fight for first departure. They do not they have no idea what's coming. They will soon. They will soon. Miracle. Chen going to be the first red brought down. Miracle's the Anti-Mage, of course. They've took 1. Can they beat Lovey? RP going to be near. Doesn't have mana. I think he would have used it too there. May as well have just used an RP there. He's not going to find too many openings in the near future. TA doesn't do any movement. Stays mid the entire time. Just the 1 kill with that smoke gang. Just the kill on the Chen as well, but it's still a small victory for ABC. And at this point, small victory is something that's going to keep getting them further and further ahead, because right now, their lead is, well, it's not a gold lead. They're behind on gold. That comes down to that tier 1 tower being taken earlier. But the XP, well, very small. It's not really a lead at all in some ways, but trading first blood for that kill at the top lane, and you see the 2 teams just sort of trading blows around the map. Anti-Mage needs to start catching up on farm. Where is his farm coming? He's got 6 creep kills. Absolutely nothing on Miracle right now, and he just hasn't had the support. The support's been spending most of their time in the top lane. They got that early tower, but the question is, are they ever going to come bottom and help out Miracle? Doesn't look like we're going to see that. Lena's back bottom, trying to land these stunts. And it's just not going to happen. Everything getting denied. Everything just being kept away from the Antis. Look at this life stealer CS. 39 creep kills and 25 denies. He is so adamant about denying. When you're up against an Anti-Mage, it's so good to do that. Such great discipline coming out from him. And we haven't seen this TA get involved. TA's been staying in this mid lane. It was the Mag who was the first to rotate. And that's the 1 here for first departure who, well, is farming well. Has phase boots up. Has the bottle and magic wand. Can look to sort of get a bit more aggressive around the map. But there needs to be the openings there to make it happen. And so far we just haven't seen it. It's the Lena and Rubik who are the squishier, easier to kill heroes. But their positioning for the most part has been good enough that, well, where do you find these kills? If you're TA, you're looking around the map thinking, well, there's not really anywhere to go right now. I may as well just stay mid, keep on farming, look towards that blink dagger. As Miracle still just completely abandoned on his own in this bottom lane. He's really struggling to find any farm there. He's got himself, well, absolutely no creep kills whatsoever. Top lane, Winran just trying to, bring down the Spirit Bear. He does have a level 3 power shot. If he can get it down a bit lower, he may be able to bring this one down. But it looks like he's not going to do so. Here comes the rotation. They're going to find Winter. Needs a telekinesis as a Chen creep power shot. I don't know if it actually landed in time, but it will be a shackle shot hitting. The power shot was maybe half a second too soon, but All said and done, it's a kill. The first kill of the game going the way of first departure.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
And bottom lane. Oh, miracle. He's already blinked. Luckily for him, that stun doesn't land. Dragon Slave also missing. Ooh. Ling just out of range there. They're really trying to dive and find this anti-mage. Meanwhile, top lane, first departure, they get a kill and they go for a tier 2, so they are actually making grounds at top lane. They may not have any farm on this anti-mage, but they're finding stuff in these other lanes. Anti-mage going for the 1-1-1 stats build, the burning build. That's what he's known for doing on his anti-mage. And now TA's rotate towards the top lane. Mag is here, looking to trying to find an engagement with that RP being up, but unable to do so, and gets himself really low in HP, so an engaging at this point is going to be really difficult unless he catches everyone in RP. If he misses one or two, those heroes bring him down very, very quickly. Shadow Demon Disruption just used on himself. They're actually going to move on to a different target. They're looking for Chen. And Shadow Demon gets sent home by the Chen. That's why they left the Shadow Demon. Holy Persuasion. It's the test of faith, saves his life. Sends Shadow Demon back to base, and Chen, he gets out of there himself, so ABC don't get any kills there. Nice little trade for first departure. They even almost brought down this tier 2. This tier 2 at top getting very, very low. Miracle now. He's finally found some space to farm at bottom lane. But as soon as Lifesteal gets back, that time to farm is over. Even without support, Lifestealer can just deny everything. He's got 100 damage a hit with these phase boots. He maybe gets a bit mana burned here, but he can easily outlast hit this anti-mage. And he can just make sure that he denies as much as possible as well. He's sitting on 27 denies though, so sort of eased off on the denying a bit. TA and Winrunner, they're the two who are getting all the farm on this Radiant team. Not the sort of conventional way of doing things here when you've got an anti-mage, but we'll see anti-mage maybe go for a different type of build. As a result of him not having as much farm, maybe we see him skip the Battle Fury. Go for that sort of the tankier build, like a Vanguard Treads Vlads if he really wants, but not going to be easy this game for first departure when you haven't got the farm you need on your anti-mage. And we're seeing the tier 1 tower get brought down now by TFG. His Lifestealer. Phase boots, Helm of Iron Will, so he's starting to get to work on that armlet. Top lane now. Winter needs to be careful. He's going to swing around, try to catch out this Windrunner. But it's actually Winter who's getting caught out. That power shot's going to land. Test the face to follow things up. Winter goes down. Now 2 kills apiece between the two teams. 10 minutes in, neither team getting... I mean, they're not really going ultra aggressive. It's always just these support heroes getting picked off on the side. We've seen Chen die once. We've seen Anti-Mage get picked off at the bottom lane to start things off. He needs to be careful once again. And he just can't farm. Even with just a solo life steal at the bottom lane, he's not even trying to last hit right now. He's just hoping they get maybe some tower gold at top lane. He will get some tower gold, but not much, because this will probably get denied. Oh, Radiant gets it. Miscommunication coming up from the Rubik and Lone Druid. Rubik started hitting it, but he couldn't do enough damage, and Lone Druid said like, oh crap, I've got to hit it as well. And he left on about 5 HP for the siege creep, so that's big goal for Anti-Mage. Even more so because it wasn't last hit by a hero. Because the Radiant gets it, you get the most gold possible. If Windrunner last hits or something, Anti-Mage gets less, but with the Radiant getting it, that's the best case scenario for this Anti-Mage. He now almost has enough gold to get himself some treads if he really wants. Have to wait and see what he wants to go for here. Whether he still goes for a really, really late Battle Fury. I just don't think he can. Especially when looking at the heroes he's up against. There's a Mag ulti. There's an Entangle from a Lone Druid. There's a Lifesteal. These are not heroes you can take. You're not going to be able to take him on with a Battle Fury. You need to go for a tankier build. Oh, mid lane. They want Pelosion. They're going to go in on him with the Mag RP. There's a Sentry Ward down. Lina stun is going to land. Pelosion's already used Refraction again. He's still sitting on like full HP. How do you gank a TA? Use Mag RP. Use Lina stun and nuke, and he's still sitting on full HP. Winter now, oh, he almost gets brought down by the Mana Boy, but it's actually a Chen. Last right click who finishes him off. Now first departure. Going to find their Chen on the run here. TFG's TP, and he's going to finish off Chen, and he's got himself an armlet up now, so quite a decent amount of farm on him, and that makes it really difficult for this first departure team to fight. Mag skewers back Lubby into the rest of his team. The Invis rune helping turn things around there, and ABC, well, do they look for more here? They've got Lifestealer here, so they really want to fight this, but that did not go according to plan. Despite trading 2 kills for 1, they really wanted that TA. They used everything on him. Problem was he had Refract up already. He basically blocked so much of that damage because of the RP damage getting blocked, the follow-up damage getting blocked, and as soon as the RP stun wears off, he uses Refraction again. So he gets 2 Refractions out of it. And TA, well, he's got a lot of farm to his name. He's actually seeing almost... he's up there with the Lifestealer as far as farm goes. So you may not have a farmed Anti-Mage, but hey, No big. And Anti-Mage, wow, we're still looking at a Battle Fury. He's got himself a broadsword, so we're looking at a 20, 25 minute Battle Fury maybe, depending on how things go. If he gets left on a bottom lane, maybe a bit faster. Maybe around that sort of 19, 20 minute mark. Best case scenario, but worst case scenario, well, someone comes and contests his farm, and then we're looking at a 20 plus minute Battle Fury. He's got that broadsword just to help him last. He didn't even go for the Claymore first. Said, "Enough, that 200 gold is just too risky. I might not farm it in time. Let's just buy this broadsword while I can." Now we've got Lone Druid going back to farming. What's he going to be looking at? Hasn't spent any of his gold, so probably going to see a conventional Radiance build coming out. Question is how much longer till that Relic and Radiance is up. And then ABC, maybe this point. Group up as 5, take tower after tower. Contrast play the top lane. Let's maybe start looking to push and pressure some of these towers. It's one thing ABC haven't done much of. They got the bottom tier 1, but they haven't pushed down any of these other towers. And top lane with the Lone Druid, maybe where they look to do so, but they've still got one at mid. Winter, seeing at mid, trying to catch up on some XP and farm. Top. Why did I look away? Shadow Demon, TA, and Chen, they burst down the Contrast player. Lone Druid goes down. Going to slow down that Relic of his. As with that, well, there's not really much pushing to be out of this top lane. The tier 2 tower already being brought down, and well, we see Pelosin with his Blink Dagger. That's how we get those kills on the Lone Druid like we just didn't see. Mid lane, Hannah. Arcane Boots and Mech already up. So the off lane winner is a tri-lane farming windrunner, going for the utility team items. This will be just to help keep his team alive. You need these levels. This is one of those. It's such a key hero for this Radiant team. This is essentially all their disables. Shackle Shot is going to be basically the key spell in all these team fights for first departure. If those shackles aren't hitting, they've got no real disables in a team fight. TA as well as Anti-Mage are going to be relying on the lockdown to actually kill heroes and to stay alive. Need shackles landing on these big heroes because the Dire team, they've got plenty of disables. RP, Telekinesis, Lena stuns, Entangle from the Lone Druid, and they've got a lot of damage. And if ABC just kite around these carry heroes, the Anti-Mage, the TA, then it's all over. That's where we got to see this. That's where these early levels of farm and winner can be very, very useful. Unfortunately, it came at the cost of Anti-Mage with a lot of farm. Well, Anti-Mage with not a lot of farm. That was the price to be paid. Miracle. He gets caught out. There's a Lena there, stunned. Numia Laguna played for this one. He's going to Magic Wand it. He's survived. No, he doesn't. Winter took him one more right click there. Couldn't get the blink out in time. I thought he actually lived that one off. The Magic Wand almost managed to keep him alive. As our mid lane, Wang Wang caught out. Look at that Shackle Shot. Look at that. Absolutely. Talk about jumping the gap. The Shackle Shot landed as he'd already casted Skewer, so he kept on skewering. It didn't really... I thought it'd stop him mid-skewer, but no, the Skewer still went, and it was still shackled up at the end, though. And a tier 1 tower to follow. More gold for the Anti-Mage, at least. That's the good news, but he got picked off there. He just bought his Ring of Health, though, so he didn't lose too much gold. He had his Ring of Health, and now he gets some tower gold, so... Looking at that Perseverance coming up sometime soon. So this Battlefield of his, despite that gank, is going to be coming at a reasonable-ish time, considering these circumstances. Lone Druid, where is that Radiance? That's what ABC are really probably waiting for before they try and start pushing too much. Despite having this stronger team fight lineup and, I mean, just overall the more well-rounded lineup, they haven't really been able to push down towers, and it's so much. I mean, I talked about before, Windrunner being essential for these team fights, but also for defending towers. If this was a suicide Windrunner, ABC would have taken tower after tower, because Windrunner would be very under-leveled and under-farmed, but because Windrunner is level 10, Windrunner can easily just defend and spam off these lanes. Arcane Boots are up too, so you've got the mana to defend. So, in some ways, giving Anti-Mage less farm is actually a good thing for first departure now, because it means that Windrunner is able to defend these lanes to a certain extent. It's more important to get the early Windrunner levels than farm than it was for the Anti-Mage, at least according to first departure. And in some ways, I agree, and you can see how it's working out for them here. Anti-Mage is behind, but he's been given space to catch up now. There's no one on the ABC side who's going up against him at bottom lane, and as a result, that Battle Fury getting closer and closer. It's looming. Mid lane Windrunner still farming away, getting to work on the 4-staff now with his Staff of Wizardry. Have to look and see whether or not ABC look for a push. What's going to be the plan for them? Top lane, you've got Lifestealer showing himself. He's got Phase Boots and Armlet. And there we go. Ling walks right into the Chen. Gonna bring Chen down here. Skewer. 4-stuff actually being brought by a Chen. Didn't actually notice that little pickup there. That's going to keep him alive a bit longer. I think he'll still go down. One more shockwave will finish him off. Actually, a Dragon Slave from the Lina. Can they catch anyone else? It looks like it's just going to be the one hero kill. That was 3 heroes roaming around in smoke. And they only get a Chen there, so not really that big of a pickup for him. Anti-Mage back to farming. I think he actually, he got a couple more creeps there. Then decides to back things off. Things are not safe when you just had a trio of heroes bottom. Lina's back there again, nuking down this creep wave, and it's very unlikely that Lina's going to be alone at this bottom lane. Backup is surely nearby. It is giving space for Pelosi at the top lane. He's had this blink deck for some time, and now he's getting to work on a BKB. Ogre Club is up, and well, that means BKB. Unless it's just a casual Ogre Club into like a Desolator. Look at the BKB as his second item. That's something we see every now and then. Get the Ogre Club and then realize, hey, I don't really need this BKB that drastically. Let's get my Desolator first. But against this lineup, it really does look like we need a BKB up. Telekinesis, Lina stuns. A lot of lockdown, although right now the lockdown is mostly focused in the direction of this guy, the Anti-Mage. Where do ABC look to go next? They still aren't pushing any towers in. This is what we're seeing as a result with ABC. They're not really applying enough pressure, I feel. Oh, Winter. Shackle shot. The line was just there. It looks like he's just going down the lane, but the tree just poking out there. He latches onto Winter. He gets brought down by Windrunner. I think it was the Chen who forced out the Windrunner. I was like, wait, Windrunner hasn't used force out. It was the... No, Chen did though. Oh, bottom lane. Anti-Mage. He gets zapped to pieces. Chen ultimate tried to keep him alive. Unfortunately for him, RP gets used. Lina stun, Lina ultimate. Everything being blown just to kill the Anti-Mage. He didn't lose... Well, I don't think he lost really any gold there. Maybe just about 50 to 100 gold, which is the good news. But he is going to have to wait to respawn before he can get back to farming that Battle Fury of his. And oh, what a cheeky item we're seeing on this Lifestealer. He's picked up a Shadow Blade. Shadow Blade on the Lifestealer with that armlet, so he's really looking for those pickoffs. The Radiant team's being pretty proactive though. They've got Sentry Wards. They've already been looking to de-ward as much as possible, and now we're seeing the push begin. I mentioned it's taken them some time to start pushing. They really need to do so soon. With this Radiance up on the Lone Druid, they now feel confident enough to do so. Oh, Magnus skewing from the side. He's got no RP though. He's going to bring down Lubby with double Ling. Ling's got himself one. Can he get any more? Windrunner forces back off. This will be a tier 1 tower. Lifestealer going to bring down the Chen creep. Possibly even multiple Chen creeps here. The Tornado creep as well. That's a nice creep to have if you're looking to defend. So that does get brought down now. And the tower, well, tier 1 is down. First departure. They've just got this Windrunner to keep on helping them defend. Man, that power shot. ABC, they're still grouped up at mid. They're not going for Roshan. They think, oh, they're going to go find TA on the sides here. TA, no BKB up, needs to be careful. Look at that shackle shot. Whoa, that's the second long-range shackle shot of the game. Another skewer, mid-skewer shackle shot. Oh, he's been entangled in the top lane. Defensive disruption. TA still in trouble. It sets up the Lina stun. 4 stuff away from the Chen. He's being sent home by the Chen. Refracts off the Lina ultimate. Can they bring down the TA? No, they can't. Melted onto the Mag. Unfortunately, I think First Departure wanted to fight that. TA! Oh, he survived, and they're going to bring down the Lifestealer with the Shadow Demon. I think he actually died in the fountain there. He TP'd out and then died to the Demonic Perch. Oh, Winter. These shackle shots are absolutely insane. He gets caught up. Miracle's going to go blinking after him. He's got a mana void if he can find Winter. How low is Winter's mana, though? Miracle tossed up in the air with that telekinesis. Now gets entangled up by the Lone Druid. Lone Druid on the high ground with his bear on the low ground doing as much damage as possible. And Lifestealer, he actually died at Fountain. Shackle shot again. They bring down Lina first. Now they're going to move on to Wang Wang. First departure just bringing down... Nope, they can't bring him down. Skewer out. Immediate pause coming as well. Winter, oh, he's in a bit of an awkward position here. If TA can get a slow on him with that trap. And we're looking at Chen in the neighborhood as well. Looks like ABC are ready. Go is the call. And Winter, run, my friend. Telekinesis is there, but TA has a trap. That'll give you the slow. Nope, TA. Looks like he got forced in. He's going to go for this Lone Druid. Not really going to be able to do so. And Winter gets out of there. He stole Blink. That always helps. Can they? Oh, they're going to bring down this Lone Druid bear. That'd be a nice little pickup. They succeed in doing so. Miracle also getting the gold for it. So he gets closer and closer to that Battle Fury of his. Just needs the Void Stone for it, and then he's got it. And with all the tower gold his team's been getting, there 8 to 8 kills as well. This is actually looking like an alright position for for the Radiant team to be. And sure, your Anti-Mage is looking at like a 23-minute Battle Fury, but even with a 23-minute Battle Fury, 10 minutes later than you see a free farming Anti-Mage, you've got to look at what the Dire team have. It's just really the one hero, the Lifestealer, who's out-farming him, or out-farming him heavily. The Lone Druid has a significant amount of farm, but the Radiant team has ways to make up for it. Essentially, this is, I mean, sure, Anti-Mage is behind on farm, but all that's really happened is the late game stage is going to come later. The mid game's coming later. Normally your mid game is around the 15-20 minute mark. The late game you reach around the 30-minute mark as an Anti-Mage, but those timestamps are just being pushed back now with this slower Battle Fury. He's going to play this exactly the same as he would otherwise, but everything's just going to come a bit later on. And the key thing is just to buy time for him to get those items up. And when you've got a TA who's looking at a BKB, Windrunner with this farm and level items, you can stall really easily. These 4-staffs also helping a lot. 4-staff on Chen, on Windrunner. All these 4-staff helping out. Oh, Chen, speaking of him, he gets caught in his own jungle. Gonna lose his creeps as well. Mag, Lina, and Lifestealer rotate round, finish him off. And, well, it's just a Chen kill, and that's really been ABC's core issue here. They find kills on Chen, they can't find kills on Shadow Demon maybe, but every time they're getting these kills, they're committing a lot of heroes to rotating around, finding them, and the entire time it's, well, either TA farming or Anti-Mage catching up with his farm. And that's what we're seeing right here. Anti-Mage's getting himself a heap of gold. Pelosin, he's finished off his BKB now. Does need to be a bit careful. He may just have to fight that Spirit Bear in a second. There's that Miracle now. More and more farm going his way, but I say that, he's still well behind. And he's not a hero. Anti-Mage cannot fight a Lifestealer or Lone Druid head on. Got the Mag up here as well, plenty of lockdown. This is going to be a split pushing Anti-Mage more likely. Once he gets some levels on farm, he'll spend more time just focusing on split pushing around the map, avoiding teamfight engagement. If a teamfight's there, he'll look to come. His Mana Void can do some decent damage, especially to heroes like Lina and Rubik. Means me using a lot of mana in these fights once you get that level 2 ultimate. It chews through a good chunk of your mana pool. 420 mana. Already it's 600 plus mana being used every time whenever you use your combo. So Anti-Mage in teamfights can look for easy kills on this Lina. Just needs to make sure he's not the one engaging. He's going to go in towards the end. A lot of farm on some of these other heroes on the Radiant side. It's the Windrunner and the TA. They're the ones setting the tempo right now. And Chen not doing too bad himself. I mean, with that early 4-star, has a brace now as well. Anything to help keep him alive. Maybe we look towards items like Ghost Scepter now to help up against the Lone Druid and Lifestealer. Windrunner, bottom, pushing. As neither team really looking to commit to this bottom lane. The big creep wave is there. Uh-oh, Hannah caught out by the Lifestealer. He comes in from behind with the Shadow Blade. Windrunner going to get used here. Already pops the open wounds here. 4-staff away. Hannah, he can TP if he wants, or he can just run because Lifestealer gives up the chase. Winter was too far away. He cannot keep up. The 4-staff makes sure that you can't really gank him. This is the problem with heroes like Lifestealer. This is why they fell out of fashion. They get kited around so easily. And for the Dire team, they took down Roshan. I didn't mention it when it happened. I remember seeing it happening and quickly zooming away before the players heard. It's the one noise which is so easy here. Heroes just whacking away in that Roshan pit. Aegis gets picked up by the Lifestealer, and ooh, look at this item progression coming out from him. It's going to be an Oblivion Staff into Orchid. He's looking to have that silence help deal with the Anti-Mage. And especially with Anti-Mage not having a Manta style, this makes him a lot easier to kill. Windrunner, zapped at top lane. Gets caught out. This is where how First Departure play. They go for this very aggressive, risky split pushing, and it's something which ABC can punish. They do so there at the top lane. They catch Windrunner out on his own, too far away. Get themselves a kill. And now going to follow with at least a tier 1 tower, probably even a tier 2. They've got Aegis on the Lifestealer. And as a result, they can be very aggressive if they want to do so. Lifestealer not quite there yet. He's sitting in the mid lane. May look to join up with his team. We're trying to siege his top lane. And with Windrunner dead, how do you actually defend towers? That's really your main source of defense, the power shot spam. Also not having the mech and the 4-star makes it very difficult. Winter, he's stolen Blink. He's going to use it as initiation. Lovey going to get caught out. Now, Disruption not going to be used there. It wouldn't have saved his life anyways. Could have disrupted himself. Double Tornado gets cancelled. And that's got a good 50-second plus cooldown now. Not going to see those any more tornadoes coming out. And well, ABC, they get themselves a tier 2 tower. It's the split push though. This is the First Departure way. It sums them up so well. Every single game, it's always about the split push, but problem is they're going to have to get back in defense soon.
Dire's structures
If ABC want to pressure these tier 3 towers, someone's going to have to defend them. Windrunner is back online now.
attack.
Tier 2 at bottom though. Miracle going to pick it up on Anti-Mage. That gets him to closer to a much needed Manta Style.
Radiant's middle tower
Manta Style will help a lot against will help a lot with the split pushing. Hannah at mid, burst down once again. This blink steal is just so crucial. It's a free blink dagger for Winter. He doesn't even have to go blink dagger when you have a free 5-second cooldown blink. It's better than a blink dagger. You can use it in mid-fight. You've got a 5-second cooldown on it. It's better than every way in a blink dagger. Such a nice little pickup here. Lifestealer, he's on the run. Not going to get caught out. TA with going for crit now. Has a Crystal. He's going to be looking for that Daedalus. Oh, Purge's going to be used here. Is there another Shadow Blade? Is there Sentry Wards? They're going to need vision of him. Instant up. And it looks like they should be able to bring him down. Just in Aegis this time, though. There's your respawn. Man, that's loud. As ABC, well, there goes your Aegis. So this next push is going to be a lot more difficult for them. Mag at the bottom lane. He's looking to start building towards the late game. He's got an Oblivion Staff going towards that Refresher Orb. And we will be seeing this Silent 16 on Lifesteal. The other reason Anti-Mage really needs this Manta is going to be for that Silent Stick. You can Manta out of it. That's really the problem. If you're split pushing as an Anti-Mage, you have to make sure that if they're going to be able to kill and gank you, it has to be 4 or 5 heroes. If Lifestealer can solo kill, you can't split push. That's where split pushing fails. You have to split push with heroes who can't be solo killed. Can TA be solo killed at the top lane? We may see. Ooh, may try force out a BKB. Does do so. He gets silenced up here, and there's going to be a counter initiation coming in. Forces and Infest. And that's going to be the end of that gang. Well, or is it? Lifesteal, he's chasing once again. Orchid with such a short cooldown as well. They blink out. They look to blink into the trees, hide as much as possible. Trees just being chopped to pieces by the skewer. Lena's stunned there as well if you want to cut down some more, but already first departure have backed off. And this is, well, ABC are the ones who they're the aggressors. They're the ones in control of this game. With an Assault Crest now up on the Lone Druid as well. Radiant's Assault Crest is there. Got a lot of harm on this Lifesteal. If we see Anti-Mage with a Manta Style soon, this could get a lot harder for them to win. Although Anti-Mage, even with a Manta, he's not going to have the team fight. But what he can do, as said time and time again, is always going to be this split push. As now the mid lane is going to be attempted to be pushed down by ABC. 3 heroes on the high ground looking to defend for the time being. Chen, he's trying to just rebuild this creep army of his. Has himself a couple Centaurs. As far as creeps have at the 30-minute mark, Centaurs, some of the best. You want to have that Sun. You need to have that lockdown in team fight. Shackle, not going to land. ABC is still looking to continue this siege, whereas Anti-Mage still looking to continue this split push here at the bottom lane. Mag and Lena get caught out by a TA trap now on the sides. And ABC, well, they're backing off now. They're not going to commit to this push. They're maybe going to wait for another Roshan respawn, or at least look to maybe take out this last outer tower at the bottom lane. And Tier 2 is still sitting there. Miracle getting closer and closer to this Manta Style now. Ultimate Orb is there seeing in his stash. Just needs the Manta Style recipe. And ABC, well, it's bottom lane. That's where they're going to focus their efforts. They've got 4 or 5 heroes now starting to group up. Push the last out of Tier 2, and with his Assault Crest aura, pushing becomes a whole lot easier. And the question is, can First Departure actually stop this? Have they got the team fight they need? Windrunner is there. Going to have to start that power shot spam fairly soon if we want to see this being defended. And it's not going to be an easy hold. This Tier 2 probably just going to be sacked while TA goes for a bit of a counter push in the mid lane. Oh, Lifestealer. He's gone in from behind with the Shadow Blade. Looking to bring down Shadow Demon. Problem is he's forced up all around. Chen creeps instead of going to be what gets targeted down, and now they go high ground. Tier 3 towers. Going to start getting seized up here. Shackle does land. Just going to be on the Lone Druid Spirit Bear, but Chen is central to get first down. No more Chen creeps here to defend, so Chen just going to offer some heals now in this team fight. Tier 3 towers being first down. Lena Laguna Blade takes out the Shadow Demon, and now the Tier 3 tower going to take a fall. ABC, they breach the high ground, and now they're looking for the Raxes. Spirit Bear goes down, but he's got a second one. Going to resummon that in just a second now. ABC, they've gone high ground, and they've come out on top. Is there going to be a chase? Is there any rebuttal coming in? It's coming in top lane. Tier 3 tower at top. Antimates was split pushing. This is what Miracle's best at. He's not coming to these fights. He's just going top. He needs to be careful. He's going to get caught by a skewer. Is there an RP? Oh my gosh. RP misses. Winter saying, what just happened? Oh, bottom lane. The RP not going to land, but the disruption being stolen there from the Rubik. Unfortunately for Miracle's teammates, are getting picked off here at the bottom lane. They're trying to just bring down the Spirit Bear. Maybe the chase is still on. Hontrash, but he gets out of there. Shackle shot not coming in time. Silence on the win round. License is going to try to fight him way out of this one. The Radiance damage is there as well, and this could be the end of Hannah. Needs some additional Radiance burn. Forces back, nothing more. TFG is out. Bottom melee barracks is down, and they've held top. Bit of miscommunication coming as RP not landing with that disruption being used at the worst possible time. And well, ABC, they're going to look to maybe wait for Roshan to respawn. The next push will probably be coming with an Aegis if ABC have their way. Wang Wang. The refresher up, not quite in sight just yet. Oh, or is it? He's had that Oblivion Star for quite some time. And once we're looking at a double RP, it becomes a lot easier to stop the split push. You can use an RP just to stop the anti-mage. If you have to, you even have 2 RPs at your disposal. And, well, bottom lane, it'll start pushing itself out, but they're just they're trying to hunt down some of these split-pushing heroes. Heroes like the TA. Got the anti-mage getting to work on top lane. And Ling. Ghost Scepter now up with that 4-star. He's got himself a gem. Mag, Wang Wang. He's been looking for that refresher off for quite some time. Just a matter of time, and when's first departure, they're not going to know when that's coming. They have to be very careful not to get caught out and caught by surprise by it. Oh, Lifesteal, he's on the hunt again. Going to force a BKB out here, maybe. Maybe not, though. Pelosian's just going to try to brave this out. He had the refraction up. He should be okay here. Not going to have to pop a BKB. Gets another refract off. Saves those precious, precious BKB charges. Not to mention, if you pop a BKB, then ABC may look to quickly push. Blink. TP's out. TFG is still farming at this bottom lane. And there we go. The next Roshan attempt. PA system off, so players aren't hearing what's going on here. They don't know that Roshan is going down. They will in just a second, though. First departure, well, they just continually focus on keeping all these lanes as pushed out as possible. Winner at the mid lane. They had TA earlier at the bottom lane, and well, it's Antimage. His job's at top. There's Roshan, though. Picked up by the Lifestealer. And you can only imagine that ABC, they want to push down another lane of Rax as soon as possible. Problem is, they've got to continuously stop this Antimage split push at top lane. Winter, he's stolen Blink. And that's a great way of catching out this Antimage, dealing with this split push. You can get a Blink telekinesis off. And Antimage, well, they're going to try and hunt him down a bit here, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to find him, at least not yet. ABC, they really just want to go push, but every time they look to do so, they have to bring multiple heroes in the same lane, and whenever they do that, well, 2 of their other lanes are getting pushed out. Antimage is TP'd out. He's going bottom. There's your split push, and well, ABC are going to see this, and now they just barrel down this top lane. You've got the cleaving Lifestealer with the Empower from the Mag. And Antimage, his split push isn't coming fast enough. He's up against Mega Creeps as well, so that's going to be even slower. His creep wave's just here, and this top creep wave's coming even faster. ABC looking to bring this down as fast as possible, and they know they're winning this race. And they've got, a Basher up on this Lone Dread Spirit Bear as well. And I believe ABC may be able to go high ground here with this. And they've got to be quick about it. Antimage will be going in bottom if he can get there in time. Or will he look to defend? It's not really Miracle style to defend. He goes high ground with the Man style. Going to get to work on those tier 3 towers. Creep wave does come in now. ABC, they pop the clip here. They're looking for kills here, but they really need to be getting Raxus here, or at least looking to defend. This is not a good trade for them. The split push of Miracle forces them back, and this tier 3 tower gets down nice and low. ABC, they're really just struggling to find the openings they need. And now they have to be careful at mid lane not to get picked off here. Antimates goes back. Shackle shot. Oh, Lone Druid Spirit Bear onto the Mag. Mag's got himself an RP if he wants to use, try to keep himself alive here. BKB used on the TA. They bring down Spirit Bear. There's your Mag RP. Catches out the entire team. Is there a second one? He used the refresh orb. Unfortunately, no mana for another RP. Laguna Blade being dropped here. Wang Wang getting brought down very, very low. Taken out by a power shot. In comes the lifesteal now. And the problem is, this is a team fight, and team fights go ABC's way. First departure are just not geared up for these team fights. Even with Mag being brought down, Lina brings down the TA. Lifesteal on the run now, and ABC, well, they want to transition into a push. Problem is, they've got no creep wave, at least not one at mid lane.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They've got one somewhat nearby at top. That's maybe where they look to swing, or they just go straight in. They look to fight the backdoor regen. Liv's going to get popped here, and they're just going to try to fight their way through this. They say, hey, who needs a creep wave? We've got the damage we need. Lifesteal, he's going to go in looking for a kill here. Disruption is there. Windrunner very low. Silence up. Lifesteal gets taken out, but it's just an Aegis. And the tier 3 tower is going to start healing up now. All that damage is wasted. That's the problem with this backdoor regen. If you don't bring it down, the damage gets recovered. And that's what we see now. Now TFG gets shackled up. Once again, the split push causing so many problems. Chen's creep's going to get eaten by an infested Lifestealer. And look at this anti-mage. Creep skipping just being so pesky, so annoying. Leaves his mana illusion to be found. Uh-oh, silence up, and he hasn't got his Manta. This will be the end of Miracle, it looks like. With that silence coming out from the Lifesteal, unfortunately he didn't have the Manta cell to get rid of that silence, and now, well, the push goes down mid lane. They're going to maybe look for more kills here. Chen's well going to get caught out here. There's nowhere to run. Chen, Ghost Scepter. Lina's not going to land because that's slow. I think Lina slightly miscalculated, but the damage is there. They bring him down afterwards, and now the push is on mid lane. They've got to wait for the creep wave, but they don't have to worry about the split push. That's what's been stopping them every time they push. It's not because they can't. It's not because they can't win a fight. It's not because they can't push. It's because they can't defend. They can't defend unless they TP back, and that stops their push every single time. This time, well, these lanes, they're pushing the direction of the Radiant team, and Antimate's still on the sidelines. We're not seeing Antimate up. There we go. There's your buyback, but he's going to buy back to defend, not buy back to split push, and that's really the big problem here. No Aegis anymore, but they're still going to look to go high ground here, even without that. It's hard for this Antimate's actually team fight here. Disruption going to be used here just on the Lifesteal. Lifesteal gets work. They get the tier 3 tower. A gem wheel on the sidelines. They brought down the Lina. All right at the bat. Miracle assassinates the Lina. And now it looks like a slight retreat coming out. Shackleshot's not going to land. There's a Mag RP. Is there a second RP? I don't think we're going to need one, actually. He's got no second RP, but he's going to bring down one. He's brought down the TA. Shackleshot lands. There's stolen Shackleshot maybe from the Rubik. It looks like it was. Yes, stolen Shackleshot from Rubik. But problem is now the Rax is going down. ABC looking to seal the deal here with this mid lane, with this set of Rax here. TA on the sidelines. Antimate with no ultimate. Not really much potential for team fighting now. ABC take the Raxes and back off. They'll walk away with their trophies. Dead Raxes. Ling, he bought back. Just start pushing out the top lane. Oh, Lone Druid. He snuck in a sneaky little kill on the Chen. He needs to be careful. He's going to be possibly initiated on now, but there's a Mag up here. They catch up Miracle in it. Is there enough fall damage? He's silenced up. He's been burst down, shackled as well. Winter brings down Antimates. There's no buyback now. This could be the end. ABC may have found the opening they needed. Lubby, he's like, hey man, leave me alone. Don't go for me, go for my Raxes. And his Raxes will get brought down. He was trying to be a bit of a decoy maybe, but the Rax is going to go down. There is still, I think, a bottom range Rax here, but that's not going to be standing for too much longer. And unfortunately, the split push for first departure has not worked out. ABC now going to find themselves with mega creep. All three lanes of Rax is going to go down in a second. All they have to do is get this range Rax at bottom lane in. Well, they should be able to do so easily. In goes the Lifestealer, down goes the Raxes. Mega creeps now, and this should be GG. Pelosi going to try to find his way out of this one. He's got a BKB up. Lifestealer into Invis. Comes out, tries to fight the TA. Oh, he gets burst out by a melt hit. Pelosi just going all out here, but with Antimage on the sidelines for 30 more seconds here, there's just really... It's just a matter of time for ABC. They're going to buy back and try to seal the deal right now. Shackleshot not going to land. Lina still being chased down now. Hits a 3-man stun. Luna... Oh! Laguna Blade burst down the Shadow Demon. Lina going to pop a Ghost Scepter now as well. Brought down by a power shot as ABC find themselves, well, getting somewhat taken down here. Getting assassinated, but it's not going to matter. They've got Raxes. They've got what matters. It's just a matter of time. The next push can come, even if they have to wait for Roshan to respawn in 4 or 5 minutes time. This game is pretty much in their hands. It'll take an absolute miracle for the Radiant team to win this. No pun intended. But this guy here has got to get absolutely ridiculously farmed. And he just doesn't have it right now. He's picked up this Vlad to help deal with basically the mega creep. You need the lifesteal because otherwise you're just going to get completely whittled to pieces. But he also needs a butterfly. He needs a heart. Unless his Antimates has a butterfly in the heart, basically in the next 2 minutes, there's no way to win this game. And we're not looking at that happening anytime soon. We're going to see TFG, well, with the help of the Mag, take out the Chen in the bottom lane. And now, once again, the siege is on. Lone Druid's back, and he's got a Basher on his hero as well. Yasha gets picked up as well. Double Basher, hero as well as Bear. It's all about the lockdown. It helps against the TA BKB, helps against the Anti-Mage as well. Shackle not going to land. On Transpass going in, will hit a bash. Can he get some more bashes here? Mag RP just hits below, so it looks like Miracle going to call the GG as ABC have taken down first departure in a pretty entertaining game. There were some moments of brilliance, especially from this Windrunner, seeing something crazy Shackles bet. When all said and done, it's ABC who come out on top here at your Armaggeddon Dota 2 Asia Grand Slam. Big thanks to everyone tuning in on the live stream as well as here live at the event. Of course, a big thanks to all our sponsors, AMD, StarHub, Asus, Gaming Network, Zook, Sonic Ear, and Power Logic, making all of this possible. We've just seen ABC, the Malaysian boys, grant themselves in the winner bracket finals, taking down first departure. They're going to be going up a wake later in the day in the winner bracket finals, guys, but we've got some loser bracket action coming up first. That's going to be what we see in our next couple of matches, guys. Thanks everyone for tuning in. We'll be back soon with more live Dota 2 action here from Singapore.